Are you feeling betrayed by your cheating spouse? Well, in today's video, we're discussing 4 crucial tips that you have to do if you want any chance of healing your relationship. So if you're ready to transform your relationship and build a lasting connection, then please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification to be notified when I post videos each week, where I give you practical tools to really help you create that thriving relationship that you truly deserve. In case we haven't met, I'm Dr. Luke, and I help men and women in long-term relationships heal and reconcile after infidelity and separation. And in this video, I'm going to give you some tools that shows you the exact path that helped myself and all of my clients really gain some clarity on how to rebuild that relationship the right way. And I know if it worked for them and myself, it can definitely work for you as well. So when it comes to infidelity, one of the main things we really have to understand is it's not just a physical act. That while society really likes to focus on the physical act itself, what is really happening is we have to come back and understand that it is an emotional act, that all cheating, affairs, everything is an emotional affair or emotional connection first. Because ultimately, what's happening is your spouse is stepping out of the relationship to find something that's being lacked or they can't find within this marriage. That the real truth is your spouse is missing that thing within themselves. So if they're looking for validation or acceptance and they feel abandoned and they try to find it in an external relationship, the truth of it is it's really, that's how they feel internally about themselves. And that what we like to do is we really like to blame infidelity on issues within a relationship or within the marriage, or like to blame it on the other partner. And we like to say, well, I stepped out or I did this because you don't give me X, Y, and Z. I've been asking and begging you for years to do this or be more romantic and show more appreciation and love. But really, we all know those are just short-term band-aids. And they're all just short-term external band-aids that we're putting on a gaping, gushing wound. That the wound itself is internal within the person. And while within a relationship, they can be triggered, it doesn't mean that that's where that thought, emotion, or false belief actually started. So this leads me into the second key point of understanding, is we really have to start digging deep to explore the reasons behind the infidelity. And one of these views that I really don't like, and it's sometimes our partners step out just to find different aspects of themselves. Meaning, it's something that the emotional safety within your relationship has deteriorated so much that they don't feel safe either talking about it or doing it with you, whether it's going on a date or anything that's intimate. But here's one thing that I've never heard another coach anywhere ever say, and it's that we have to understand that sometimes, or I should say many times, when we have a partner that has either had a lot of trauma or high anxiety, depression, you really name it. If there's someone who really beats himself up and is very shameful and truly does not like themselves, that they often feel uncomfortable or don't want to do that with you because they don't want to be embarrassed and rejected by you, because no one likes to be rejected. And the easiest way I can explain this is, in all of our lives, who are the people that we want the love and acceptance from the most? It's from our other loved ones, or our family, and especially when it's a partner or a spouse. So it's understanding these aspects, or this aspect, that sometimes it's not really them rejecting you, it's them rejecting themselves because they are so self-judgmental that they'd rather self-sabotage than ever have to feel the rejection from you. I know what you're thinking. That is an extremely out there and hard pill to swallow. But if you think of something that you're really uncomfortable doing, whether it's singing, dancing, public speaking, or literally anything, it's that same basic emotion that your partner feels within the relationship, especially if communication is so far broken down and gone, they don't feel safe even having a single conversation. That how can we expect them to speak on something deep and really be emotionally vulnerable if we can't even talk about our day at work? So what's causing you the most pain after finding out about your partner's infidelity? Please leave a comment below and I'll respond to as many as I can. And this brings me to the third key, is handling the aftermath of infidelity. When your world feels like it's completely shattered, broken down, and like an F5 tornado or hurricane has completely destroyed your entire home. And I mean literally and emotionally. To where maybe you're separated, living in separate homes, and now you're on the verge of divorce. Let alone the inner turmoil of just complete depression and breaking down and really feeling at a loss on where do I go from here. So when it comes to handling the aftermath of infidelity, I highly suggest do not seek answers on what they did with the other partner, because what that's only going to do, it's going to further cut you deeper and create more feelings of unworthiness. That we really need to focus on the underlying issues of why did the affair happen. That we really have to focus on self-exploration and relationship improvements. That we really can't focus on just those surface level things, meaning You don't help me with the kids enough. You don't help me with dishes or laundry. We don't go on dates. We're not intimate enough. We really are gonna have to dig deep to understand what is the core emotion on what are we seeking to receive in these acts. Because once we fully understand what's missing within ourselves that we're looking to receive, only then can we start to address the underlying issue and understand the roots of it. And it's like the roots of a tree. There's never just one, and they're all interconnected. So when we're approaching just these surface level answers of laundry, dishes, kids, dates, being intimate, showing appreciation, those are like the leaves and the branches of the tree. To where if you just pull off a leaf, there's 1,000 more. Or if you even cut off a branch and start going on more dates, it doesn't mean that branch isn't going to grow back and there aren't 100 more. We have to get down to the roots and understand what is the friction, the emotional turmoil that's happening within ourselves. And it's once we can understand this, we can start to disaggregate or follow that spider web of roots and really start to attack them and heal them, or end that toxic pattern and cycle and pull out those roots so we don't continue to make these same patterns and same mistakes. And the fourth and last key, which is actually probably the most vital key, we can't expect our partner to heal us and make everything all better. While they can comfort us and help us gain a little bit of understanding, they're only as good as the post or the ground that they're in. That the real work is within ourselves. Because the more you try to focus on fixing the marriage or the relationship, the bigger the band-aid you're just trying to put on it. And that's why today's current marriage counseling doesn't work, is we have these emotional wounds within each other that keep getting triggered and intermixed and firing back and forth, that it creates this intricate web of experiences and toxic patterns. So what is the answer? You have to heal individuals. You have to focus on each person first, so that way they can understand themselves and their own roots. That way they can come back together to be able to properly communicate and articulate what it is that, why did they feel this way and where did this come from? So ultimately what it is it's focusing and growing yourself, but not just a little bit. You have to grow so massively that there's no doubt in your partner's mind that you're the best one for them. And this is why we really have to prioritize self-awareness and self-reflection to really understand our personal motivations, not only in a relationship, but within ourselves. And that as we start to become more emotionally safe and regular within our own bodies, only then can we start to come back and create that safe environment for each of us to continue to communicate and rebuild that trust that we need. So as you can tell, there are many levels and nuances within, healing infidelity and really starting to reconcile within a relationship, that you really can't afford yourself to take the time to continuously make these same mistakes to allow it to further deteriorate. So if you're looking for a more reliable and faster way to learn the right skills and the right tools so you and your partner can reconcile, then please schedule a free consultation today for the 5 proven steps from building a relationship from the ground up. And please schedule your free consultation for my program, Relationship Restoration. It's the only 5 proven steps to build your relationship from the ground up. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel so you can get more content when I post new videos each week. And leave a comment on what did you find most insightful on this video.